coming this February. Channing Tatum, in his most powerful, most gut-wrenching, most soul-bearing role yet. The Soldier. I'm not even entirely kidding. Hi everyone, it's me, Grant's Movie and TV Guy. Welcome to Raise Some Popcorn with Grant, and I am the first critic to review this. I'm not kidding, I'm like the first critic to review this. I figured that after the screening the embargo would lift, but nope. Not yet, so no one told me I couldn't do this, so let's get into it. Raise Some Popcorn with Grant, how you doing? And we're talking about a movie today. Movies and TV, that's what we do here. And today we're talking about, very early, Dog. Dog, which will be premiering in theaters this weekend. It has not been reviewed yet, so this is going to be, certainly going to help in the algorithm, that's for sure. I'm looking for a review of Dog. Let's go watch the one person who reviewed. Okay. Dog is directed by Reed Carolyn and Channing Tatum. Both in their directorial debut. It also stars Channing Tatum as Briggs. He is a military fella, Army Ranger, in the Ranger Battalion. He's back home, but he's missing the thrill of it. Even though his eyesight is basically forever ruptured, he's injured, he suffers seizures. He can't get away, and essentially, he wants to rejoin. They tell him, they can't without confirmation from the higher-ups, and one of the higher-ups, in this case, says, okay, I'll make you a deal. After he gets word of his friend and fellow soldier dying suddenly, he he is tasked with a certain level of a deal, where he tells him the family of the fallen soldier is requesting that the dog that you guys served with, Lulu, or as he often calls throughout the movie, just simply Dog, needs to go be there at the funeral. But the thing is that this isn't like other dogs. She's more aggressive. She was really messed up by war also. He agrees to do it because they say that if he does it totally without emotion, takes him in, she will have served her purpose, meaning they will put her down, sadly. And you will put in a recommendation for you to go back into combat. He agrees. He says, well, what else am I going to do? So the Lulu, who he affectionately calls Dog, they go on a road trip cross country. And through shenanigans, he soon discovers that maybe he doesn't need combat again to find someone to love him. Maybe he just needs a dog. And maybe that dog is named Lulu. So, here's the thing. Sometimes it really does help to go into a movie not having... Sometimes reviews are just unavoidable. We live in a world where Rotten Tomatoes is a thing. It almost makes you want to go back to 1997, I think, which was right before. 98 is when it started. To not have an aggregate. The thing about it is that I think that will benefit Dog because I can almost predict that this movie is either going to do moderately well with critics or not very well at all. Because it does strain credibility. There are multiple sequences and scenarios, one of them which is in the trailer involving him posing as a blind man, which, if anyone did this in the real world, no. They would be in big trouble, and they wouldn't get away with it the way that Channing Tatum does. You have to know that you're going into a movie that can only exist in the land of movies. However, people know that I go into a movie like Dog with some bias because I'm a massive dog lover. I'm a sucker for dog movies. I'm lenient on movies like A Dog's Purpose, A Dog's Journey, because it's something that I inherently connect to because I love dogs as much as the characters love their dogs. I'm a sucker for it. So, it should surprise no one that I really liked this movie. Now, do I think it's one of the best dog movies ever? No, I don't. It is, again, insanely unbelievable. You do have to kind of know, for instance, the scenario, and there are some elements that are kind of borderline ill-advised. For instance, they don't show it as much in the trailer, but in this, when the dog gets loose and is running through the fancy hotel, after he told the girl at the concierge desk that that not only is he blind, but that she had a purple heart, and he like can see her and is chasing her. It's played as a gag in the trailer. It's kind of played as a gag in the movie. But the thing is, she attacks the guy because she was in the war in Afghanistan, and this was a doctor who is from the Middle East and was wearing the whole, things. He looked like, how do I put this without coming off unintentionally like an Islamophobe, because I'm not. He was dressed stereotypically like you would see someone in the Middle East. She attacks him, and then he's accused of a hate crime, and the guy lets him go because he does the story about that and says, I'm not a racist. It was an accident. She was trained to fight the Taliban. We gotta go, and they take pity on him. And they do make a clear stance in the movie that they are not for bigotry. Because there's a scene similarly where Bill Burr, who's kind of this fellow ranger who's also a cop, shows the darker side, the more Islamophobic side of that, and he kind of gets the last laugh on him. So they make it very clear that they are not for bigotry. But if you saw that scene out of context, it would look really odd being in this kind of movie, and I get that. There are other scenes of a similar nature, but what I think makes Dog work so well is that it does not overstay its welcome. It's pretty short. It's only about 90 minutes. And two of them, the Dog is a really good actor, as is Channing Tatum. And I think the two of them, and also, don't worry, I know I set it up that they're going to put the dog doesn't die. And that's not giving anything away, because actually in the TV ads, because I saw one, literally on YouTube before coming here, it was like a Valentine's Day thing, because, they did this early screening on Valentine's Day. They said, take your date to see Dog. Don't worry, the dog doesn't die at the end. Rated PG-13. I'm like, okay. So, and they're right. The dog does not die at the end. So don't worry about that. There's tension, but the dog's fine. Point I'm trying to make is, it really worked. And what surprised me about it was more serious. Yes, there are bits. Yes, there are shenanigan bits. It's more of a drama, which I did not expect. But I really did like it. And there's not much more to say. I like Dog. I wouldn't go all the way. And maybe I'm being a little generous. I think in most cases, most people in my position would give this more of a matinee. But, I'd walk 2 blocks myself to see it, and I can only review the film I saw from my point of view, because that's what critics do. I'll give it 4 stars. 4 stars. It deserves it. It's a good movie. I feel like I'm going to like it more than most people, but, I feel like this is one of the movies that audiences are going to like a lot more than critics. I just have a feeling. Now, that's not to say that I can't be surprised and the critics will actually give it like a pretty positive score. I'm like, oh, okay, well, maybe they enjoyed it as much as I did. Again, I don't know. I don't have sort of any kind of feelers out of what's the other reviewing public thinks. I can just go by what I saw, and I did see the movie tonight, and I liked it. So I'll give it 4 stars. We did get some trailer trash, though. Weirdly enough, you don't always get those at early screenings. We got a few, not a bunch, but we got a few. Okay. Only one of them being new, that is. Operation Fortune, Rue de Guerre. It's the new Guy Ritchie film, with Jason Statham. And I really love that Guy Ritchie is kind of back in this gear. Between Wrath of Man and The Gentleman, I really loved Wrath of Man. I really loved The Gentleman. Like, I've rewatched The Gentleman. I love that movie. It was on my best of list, I think, in 2020. I really love that he's kind of back in this gear, and yes, I'm looking forward to that. Like a spy thriller, Aubrey Plaza's in it, Hugh Grant. Lost City, we talked about it. Kind of figured it'd be in front of this because it's Channing Tatum. Looks good, but I'm really sick of the trailer. The Batman looks good. Got my ticket for it. Really sick of the trailer. Uncharted, I'm seeing it Thursday, but I'm really getting sick of the trailer. Cyrano, it's coming out next week. Getting sick of the trailer. Was there trauma? No, there was not. Okay, we will be back. Well, Thursday for Uncharted. We will also have reviews coming up Friday night for Drive My Car, and Saturday, the plan is Saturday, we will have reviews of the horror movie The Cursed. Also this weekend we will have a review of Texas Chainsaw Massacre on Netflix, and we're coming up, and yeah. So that'll all be next time, and until next time, I'm Grant the Movie and TV Guy. I see it all. I'm happy to share it with you. I love you all. I appreciate you all. I love you, Cosmos. I love you, 1,000. Be kind to one another. If you like this video, give it a like if you want to. Give it a subscribe if you want to. Give it the bell. I don't know what it does. That's supposed to do. So I've been told. And if you want to find me elsewhere, reviews, lists, and other fun stuff, you can check me out on letterboxd.com at Grant the Movie or not at Grant the Movie 2 Guy. Damn it. Sorry. Raised on Popcorn with Grant. You can also, some of you already have, but even if you haven't, take care of yourself, take care of your mental health. Go check out Dog, and until we meet again, it's opening Friday. Until we meet again, we were all raised on popcorn. Make mine with extra butter. And I'll check you guys out next time. See ya. Take care. Have a good night. Bye. Happy Valentine's Day. Bye.